Welcome to Coffee and RPGs, everyone. My name is Solomon SK, and thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Before we begin, I just wanted to let you know really quick that Bethesda and Microsoft is planning a games showcase on June 12th of this year, 2022, and I'm really hoping for some Fallout 5 news, but I wouldn't hold my breath. Regardless, I'm really excited for all the new games that they are developing on, especially Starfield. But in the meantime, I suppose we'll just have to settle for Fallout 4 with all the various mods that still come out for this game in the meantime. And so with that being said, if you guys got your coffee ready or beverage of choice, let's go ahead and check out my settlement together. Cheers to you guys. Alright everyone, let's go ahead and get started. I do have to apologize ahead of time because you'll notice that in certain areas of my settlement the frames will drop. As you can see here, I'll just move just a little bit, and then when I point the camera towards the bridge away from the settlement, the frames get pretty smooth, really nice. And the minute I turn back, it kind of stutters a bit. So we'll make the best, or we'll make do, as they say. But anyways, as we walk towards from the bridge over there, I made the entrance to this particular settlement build or sanctuary build a bit different. I know a lot of people like putting gates right there, or even having the entrance up in that little corner of the road, but I started building here first and building on top, trying to integrate this building, this house, with the rest of the structure that I built on top, as if like, we're just kind of recycling on top of it, and yeah, this just became my entrance. And so as you walk through, you'll be introduced to big towering windmills and that giant smokestack right there, as well as that rocket house. I do enjoy that rocket house, but I will admit it is a bit lore breaking. I don't think if you live in a post-apocalyptic world that you would spend all that resource and time and energy to build a house that looks like a giant rocket. But you know what, after playing this game for 2,000 hours, I thought, why not? Let's do a little bit of lore breaking stuff here and there for a bit, because that's all I've been doing for these past 2,000 hours. And so again, you have a two-story wasteland manor right there, and you have a settler stuck between the walls.
My back hurts, my feet
And
hurt,
you have
everything hurts.
yes, I'm sorry to hear that. You have a printing press here, which I'm pretty sure Piper will enjoy, and you have these really cool vending machines here for the settlers to use.
Speak up.
I'm trying. Although I couldn't help this. The vending machine does clip through the roofs there, but oh well. And so we'll first go ahead and walk upstairs here from the building that we saw earlier when I first entered through. And right next to it, you have this 3-4 story gardening tower, I guess you could say. That's why I decided to use it. Sorry, I had to turn off the radio just in case, because of the YouTube algorithms. Anyways, yeah, you have this New You barbershop and plastic surgery store from King Gath. Looks really awesome. You also have this like dilapidated 2-story house as well for settlers, which again, very lore friendly in my opinion. Looks really cool. You also have this guard post, and there's another guard post as you saw downstairs, and this little flag can't be helped in terms of clipping, but it is what it is. Also, the entrance of this house is right here. I made a little balcony, which I thought was really cool, and you got the beds here. And the reason why I did this is because there's another entrance to this house, the upstairs. So if I put this the correct way, then it wouldn't be accessible to the upstairs entrance here. And so you just kind of had to do a little bit of adjusting, so then people are able to access all sides of this little 2-story place. And again, super cool. You got all these little details inside, including a fat man and a place where people could study and drink, I guess, and whatnot. And you got plants upstairs. Really cool. Whoever did this house, kudos. An amazing design. And again, these are all done by plots from Sim Settlements 2. Looks like you got another bed here as well. Very lore friendly, very nice. So none of these things I've actually made. I was able to make a lore or semi lore friendly settlement because of the wonderful people over at or who make these plots for some settlements too, and I'll have a link to the mods down in the description below. And again, we'll walk downstairs here, and we got the bottom of my little gardening tower again that I did not make. Got these little posts here to kind of keep it a little lore friendly. Now, as for inside the house, there's actually nothing inside but beds.
Yeah.
Right. And the reason for that is, even though I do have creative clutter installed, I can't really install anything without my machine wanting to scream at me. I really wish that I'm able to put clutter inside and make it even more lore friendly, but it's just way too much stuff for the computer to handle, so I can't really add anything, but it's okay. So again, we'll look at the building that we just entered through. And you got the guard post over there that I tried to make it as if it was part of the house, trying to integrate it with it. And you'll see that I've done that throughout the entirety of the settlement as well. And from there, we'll walk towards this way. And just a little FYI to kind of digress just a little bit, I am adding greenery to this game. In all my playthroughs, I never used any such mod to turn the vegetations green. I do believe that's lore breaking, but again, after playing this game for so long, I needed a little bit of a change up, and so that's why I decided to install this mod. And again, you have another guard post that I try to integrate within the building as well. Now, when you get towards the back of my settlement here, you'll notice that it's a little less detailed, and again, that's because
Another day of hard work.
yes, another day of hard work. And that's because, again, I don't want my machine screaming at me. I did it for performance issues. And again, there's nothing inside this building other than a bed or two behind there. Added more gardening plots here. Again, I think this is pretty lore friendly. I think it's pretty awesome. And again, we'll walk upstairs for crate hotels. I really do enjoy this particular plot. It looks like a legitimate thing that people would make in the universe of Fallout. And again, we have that plot downstairs, the security post that will have the flag clip there. Nothing I could do about that. But yeah, these little hotel rooms inside these crates are really cool, very detailed. Also lore friendly. A little claustrophobic too, in a sense, because there's no windows. But again, as we go upstairs, we'll see sort of a bird's eye view of my settlement. And we'll get to the rest of those here in a bit. And again, going back downstairs from the hotel, we'll walk through our gardens here. And you might wondering if this is lore friendly. I kind of do think so. If you have giant robots in this game and teleportation, this is something that I could picture a settlement kind of put together for defense. Now, obviously, it's only going to shoot one direction. The one direction that matters anyways, in terms of the map that we do get in this game. But yeah, I thought this was really cool. It's right next to the medical building here, which I thought was really cool. 2-story medical building here. But yeah, it's a giant artillery piece, and I absolutely love it. And I would love to have one of those railroad turning tables. If we had one of those, I definitely would place this on top of that just to kind of give you the sense that this can rotate and shoot in all directions. But this will do for now. Anyways, we have 2 bars here, because why not? And you were introduced to these right when you entered from the entrance that you saw over here. Now, I know there's ways where you could actually delete these playground things here. You got the monkey bars and whatever this thing is called. And you'd need a mod like spring cleaning or scrap everything. But I've noticed that when I use those mods, my frame rate would just absolutely just tank, and my game would actually crash. And so that's why I don't use spring cleaning anymore, particularly. It'd be nice to get rid of these, but unfortunately I can't. But you know, if we have kids, I suppose they could play on that, right? Anyways, we'll walk this way. And again, the Space Rocket House. You guys want to check it out, actually? We'll walk up here. Again, the designer of this house, really cool, really epic. I might change this to something a little bit more lore friendly, but as of right now, we'll stick with it. So Again, you have your bed here, Mr. Pebbles, the first space cat, and you could actually climb this. Yeah, there we go. And you could open this door, but as soon as I do, I fall off somehow. So, yeah, I'm not exactly sure how to get around that, but there is a little cockpit up there if you are curious. But anyways, lots of details on top of this bar too, which I think is pretty awesome. Got the cannons on top. I mean, it is made out of boats after all. So we'll go ahead and jump down. And before we check out those boats, we'll go ahead and just make a quick detour upstairs. And as you walk up here, I probably shouldn't have added this giant smokestack electricity generator thingy, whatever it's called. Yes, this is the same one from Diamond City as well, but I just wanted that smokestack as tall as possible. You know, so that's why I added it here. It's a giant 3x3 plot that you have to use for this, so keep that in mind. But yeah, this is something that I do absolutely love. Is it lore friendly? Yes, because it actually is in the game, but would it be on top of a bunch of housing? Probably not, but again, I try to get around that by placing these warehouse walls to make it look like, you know, it's something that this building could support, you know? But anyways, and again, we'll walk this way, again, towards these houses. But again, there's just nothing but beds inside. And, you know, entrance to this way as well. But nothing detailed, again, because my computer just does not like having things to render too much. So, again, we got more windmills there. Got the cannon sticking out there. And I'm using that dilapidated house as partial walling protection, I guess you could say. So we'll walk on this way. Got a bunch of rocket turrets to help protect the settlement as well. And you got this line of junk fences as well to kind of keep people at bay, or raiders at bay. Beautiful view too, by the way. But now this next part is my favorite part of the settlement, because you'll notice that you'll see a bunch of boats here, and it kind of gives you the impression that these boats just kind of gathered all together next to Sanctuary to build on top of it, you know? They just run ashore, if that's the correct term, and they just all came together and decided, hey, you know what? We'll stop here and we'll settle down and we will fortify, which I absolutely do love. In all my previous builds, I've never used this river. It was just too far from the main settlement that I would make, you know, in that general direction that I'm pointing at. But this is the first time I started using ship and boat plots, and I absolutely love it. Now, this particular boat is a Marshall plot, and I've added turrets here as well, just in case, because, you know, you might have enemies coming at that side. Matter of fact, you have those feral dogs off there in the distance. But yeah, this is a particularly awesome ship that I do enjoy. Comes with its own little bridge there to get to it. This boat here is, I believe, a residential plot. That's 3x3, I believe. But yeah, this also is a plot that is able to be upgraded into the monstrosity that you see right now. Sorry, I had to turn off that radio really quick just in case it played something that is copywritten. And again, as you can see here, we have a bunch of sea or water-friendly lore, such as that shark. Although, I mean, you probably wouldn't see that shark in the river in terms of Fallout lore. But you know what? It's okay. Got a little balcony view of what's outside here. And again, we'll walk outside. And this admittedly isn't very lore friendly, but if you kind of squint a little, I wanted to allow it just because it's so awesome. It's a giant boat with a bus sitting on top. So this is supposed to be a party bus of sorts. Sorry, I had to turn off that radio too, just in case. Lots of radios here. But yeah, you have these little disco balls, lots of alcohol. Even has a second story here as well. But you have all these sails to kind of make it look lore friendly or give off the impression that it's lore friendly. As you can tell, I'm very big into lore friendly mods more so than anything else. And even though this is not something that you would probably make if this was truly a post-apocalyptic world, it's still really cool. You know, it still has that post-apocalyptic look and feel to things. At the end of the day, still it's still dilapidated. You also have this boat here as well. That's like a merchant boat. Has this car with all these products here for the owner to sell. Also have this little pet seagull, I guess you could say. Yeah, that is also resting upon the bank here next to the bridge to kind of give you the impression that a bunch of people decided, hey, we will stop here and settle down. So we'll go ahead and walk on up. And you have another housing here. I think this is like some sort of hotel, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so you have the person that shall not be named because she complains too much. But yeah, but really cool interior as well. You have bottles, you have the beds, you know, a little nice place to sit down. We'll go ahead and check out upstairs after I show you where people come to use the restroom. Probably not a good idea to do it next to the river where you also get people their water supply. But yeah, might have to move this as well. It does provide fertilizer of sorts, I would assume. And I am stuck. Got invisible walls, unfortunately, from time to time. And yeah, you also have bunk beds here with a little dresser. Got some bottle caps there. Oh, and a bowl of soup on top of that little bucket. Nice little touches here and there, you know? So, again, we'll walk downstairs. And this thing next to it is a condenser that collects water. Again, not entirely lore friendly, but I still like it. It's still giant and huge, very noticeable. Kind of gives it more of a metropolitan area, or as much as you can be for a Fallout game. As you can see, the water is dripping down, being collected by the fabric underneath. Got a little boiler here as well. And you have another water facility here that purifies water for their industrial plot, I do believe. And we'll go ahead and walk back down. Another security plot there to kind of keep watch. And as we walk here, again, you got that smokestack and you got Preston kind of stuck there. A lot of these NPCs, they haven't really found their way, unfortunately. Now we have a store here that hasn't been fully upgraded yet, and I'll have to fix that later on. But right next to it, you have this really cool casino, and this is the plot that your NPCs would use to train their luck. And this is a really cool casino. I do enjoy the way it looks. Got slot machines here, and you know, lots of lights. Very musty looking too. Yeah, really cool. Very well put together by King Gath, I believe.
Yes.
You also have a 2-story house here. Not much stuff going on, but we'll go ahead and check it out. Got a projector with a couch, bunch of food, and a cat somewhere apparently. I don't think I've seen that cat before. As you walk up here, you have a bed. I actually don't know what this is. Oh, the restroom. Cool. That you can't really walk because it's just so, you know, tight together. But this is cool. Just having a second-story balcony like this just to see what's outside. I think, yeah, very well put together as well. And lastly, again, I completely missed this, but this is a place where it just has a bunch of books. Matter of fact, I don't think this is a plot where people train their intelligence. Rather, this is an entertainment plot, I believe. But still really cool nonetheless. You got these what looks like a computer lab with a bunch of games and books and even a laser gun there. Because, you know, why not? But yeah, really cool plot. I really do enjoy the way this looks. Even a little, I guess, reception desk there as well. Now, I went ahead and turned off collision so we could get a bird's eye view of my entire settlement, but my computer will hate me, excuse me, but we'll do the best we can. And again, my favorite part of the settlement with all these ships and boats just kind of resting there to be part of the settlement as well. And yeah, gorgeous view. You got those clouds in the back there. I really do enjoy the greenery that's been added to this game. But anyways, yeah, you got the boats there, the ships. You got those water collecting plants there at the bottom. We'll go ahead and speed things up here a little bit, looking down. Again, smokestacks. You got the settlement, what it looks like in contrast to the rest of the Fallout world, which I think is really cool. But yeah, you got the giant cannon sticking out there, which looks pretty awesome. You got the crate hotel just stacked on top of those of the housing there. And again, you got more of... Oh, cool. Actually, I didn't even notice that you had solar panels right there. All right, you might have noticed that a storm was brewing in. I went ahead and and changed that just because a towering, again, like before, a towering garden with solar panels that I didn't even notice until now. And yeah, it's just this part of the settlement probably is the most lore friendly in my opinion. But in any event, I'm pretty happy with the way things turned out with my particular settlement. So we'll go ahead and check it out during the night. During the night is really cool too. All right, as you can see here, I did add the Galaxy Night Sky mod as well. It just looks absolutely beautiful. And again, not entirely realistic, because if you're in a well-lit area such as my settlement, you typically wouldn't see the galactic core in its entirety. But again, we could suspend our realism just for a little bit, just to kind of check out my settlement here. And again, you have really well-lit areas. You got the hotel over there. And just to kind of speed things up, I won't walk anymore. And again, we got lights in there. Nothing inside because, again, the performance issues. And you have the giant cannon there as well. And as you walk over here, everybody, or all the NPCs should be here just kind of checking things out at the bar as they normally do in the game. And yeah, I really do like these lights. String lights, I guess you call them. They are static, they don't animate, but being able to string together lights like this just gives the settlement a little bit more character, in my opinion. I really do enjoy adding these, although they are a little bit difficult to make it realistic, I suppose, because you got to find one end to attach it to and with another, and that could be a little bit tricky, but still manageable if you have enough patience. And again, looking through the entrance again, really well lit. I just wish there was a little bit more noise, like ambient noise of people talking, to kind of give the settlement of a more city sound, thus look and feel. But in any event, you still have the guard posts here, just kind of, looking for trouble. They're at the top as well. And then we'll go ahead and walk this way, or run this way rather. And I'll just go ahead and jump down. Like so. And again, my favorite part of the settlement here, with all its ships. You got all these lights there in contrast with the background. And you got Kate, which is a companion mod. And yeah, it's really cool. Again, just looking at the stars, just could get lost in this game because
that place is nothing but trouble.
I know. I heard that a million times. And again, I turned off collision just so that we could get a bird's eye view of the settlement during the night as well. And yeah, it's just absolutely breathtaking in my opinion, just to see something like this during the night. Various lights, got the galaxy there in the background. And I do like the strobing lights as well, as you can see from the smokestacks as well as the condenser. Oh, and you actually see those searchlights from the casino as well, which I think is really cool. It adds a little bit of adds a bit more character to the settlement in my opinion, which I do enjoy. And you got more flickering lights here from the towering garden as well. And you can see inside the housing, or the houses rather. So yeah, I probably enjoy looking at my settlement during the night more so than the daytime. Maybe because I'm such a night owl myself, but yeah, just really cool. Got some strong lights going out. And if the game does look a little bit different during the night, that's because I do have a mod that makes the game darker during the night. Um, kind of give it a little bit more realism in my opinion. Vanilla, in my opinion, is just too light during the night times. I do enjoy I do enjoy watch or being able to see during the night in its vanilla form, but after a while it's just like it's too light. So I'll go ahead and turn collision off just to kind of give you a sense of what my settlement looks like. And again, we'll just go ahead and enter through here as I showed you earlier. Again, nothing here, just beds. And we'll see that giant artillery here from this little train as well. And yeah, there you have it. There is my settlement.